Well, good morning, everybody. Thank you for clicking on this video. And as you can tell, it's already getting to be a beautiful day here in New Mexico. And according to the weather forecast, I'll be shedding the capote here very soon. I just kind of wanted to give everybody a little bit more context into this particular video. Some of you may be curious right off the bat, and I'll answer that question right now. No, my brother did not harvest an elk. And how ironic. I go all the way to Arizona to hunt elk, and my wife records 2 cow elk feeding in my front yard. The irony of it all. In fact, my brother's the one that actually suggested this title: 2 coyotes, 2 jackrabbits, and 1 salamander. The first 3 days that we hunted it before we moved to a different location in that particular hunt unit, with the walking we did, with the sitting and glassing we did, that's all we saw. 2 coyotes, 2 jackrabbits, and 1 salamander. But if you allow yourself the time to watch the entire video, I did manage to find a set of 6x6 elk racks, antlers that were just literally dropped within 3 feet of each other, which was a very good find, a very good score for me, and they were actually this year's drops. I think some of you are going to be a little envious of that. Typically, when an elk or a deer drops its antlers, typically they drop one, and then in a further location they'll drop the second one. Fortunately for me, this elk dropped both its antlers right in the exact same spot. So you'll end up seeing that if you allow yourself to watch it. And basically the rest of the video is just points of interest, things that I found interesting. A lot of the scenery in northern Arizona is just absolutely gorgeous. We picked 2 spots, or at least he picked 2 spots that were just absolutely beautiful as far as, you know, the camping scenario goes, and things like that. So anyhow, enough of my ramblings. I hope that you'll take a moment to give this video a thumbs up and just enjoy what my brother and I had enjoyed. And in fact, I should also state that this is probably, it's been about 6 years since I'd actually seen my brother and actually done anything with my brother. So it was nice to camp and, you know, visit and catch up on, you know, childhood stories. So anyhow, thanks for watching. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and everybody have a great day. Bye. Alright, this is a wide angle view of the spot we decided to set up our camp. And, well, at least my camp's set up for now. When my brother gets his done, I'll show you his. But it's looking pretty good thus far. I just hope we get an elk. And this is where we're going to do all of our cooking for the next 2 weeks. He's got his little diamond fly up, but we'll see how that ends up, or if that'll change into something else over time. But anyhow, this is where we're at. And archery season starts tomorrow morning. The first fire. And there's my brother, everybody. He's the guy with the elk tag. Hopefully we'll get him one.
What are you cooking?
Char. Making some char so I can start my fires with flint and steel. Cool. And that's looking towards the northeast a little bit. It's going to be a beautiful sunset, and probably a little chilly tonight. We're about, 20 miles south of Williams, Arizona. Hey, that's right, David. The buckskinner, Bill Williams, ran around here. Yes, he did. Yep. Cool. No elk yet, but climbing this little mountain, well, not quite little. It's a pretty cool rock outcroppings here. That's pretty cool. And we still have a little ways to go. A lot of oak trees in here, but very little sign thus far. And what sign there is, it's fairly old. Heading back to camp, but this is the panoramic view of where we were, walking our backsides off. It's pretty up here, it really is. Not much elk sign though. Look at the size of that alligator juniper. Here's a neat cactus we come across. Don't see that every day. All kinds of elk rubs. Well, so far, this is about the biggest mullein plant we come across. It's not too big.
2 feet.
Yeah. So it's day 2. Didn't see any elk, didn't see any deer, didn't even hear any elk. But hey, it's not always about getting the game. Sometimes it's just enjoying a fire at the end of the day. Oh, and some homemade Kahlua. Can't forget that. Now there's a good find for you. Found these on the ground within 3 feet of each other. Matched set of 6 by 6. And you can see that they're still in the brown. Or at least part of it is. Yep. What a find. So obviously we're heading back to camp, which is probably about a mile and a half away.
Yeah, brother.
So it'll be slow going. But hey, I guess this might be just as good as killing an elk as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, brother.
So off in the distance, there's Williams in that direction. A lot of country between that mountain and us. You just simply do it one step at a time, and very slow and very quiet. If you guys can see that other mountain, the distance over there, behind this dead pine tree. I don't know how much more you can see in the distance. That's some beautiful country up here. And that's directly north of where we're at. Okay, off in the distance are the San Francisco Peak Mountains, Flagstaff, Arizona. I'm going to zoom out, kind of give you guys an idea just how far away they are. Obviously the clouds are building up for monsoon. Now let me zoom in. There we go. That's the San Francisco Peaks, Flagstaff, Arizona.
Here's my brother on top of a summit hill. We don't know which is what, which it is, but it looks like he's tired and I'm not. He's not dehydrated, but I am.
There you go. That's
And
why I'm forcing him to drink some water right now.
There's my water right there.
Yep.
Alright, good time. It's been a heck of a hunting trip.
Now these are mountain scrub oak right here. And these actually do have acorns in them, and I've been kind of grazing. My brother's laughing in the background. I've probably had about 7 or 8 of these already, and there's still 1 or 2 to be had, so I'm going to continue grazing. Nothing like fresh mountain food. But see, that's part of being a buck skinner. Mountain man, you know what the trees are, and in particular the time of year, and you know what you can forage off of trees like this. Cool. So I got a couple more acorns right here to forage, and then I guess we'll get back to hunting. So just in case anybody is wondering, we found another scrub oak here. This one has a whole lot more acorns on them, and these acorns are not bitter. The tannin content is real low in them, but this tree actually has quite a few more acorns on them. So I'm going to continue foraging, and you know, the hell with dinner tonight. Who knows, I might need the bathroom after this experience. Here's another clump of cactus. And then just across from it is some ripe prickly pear. Right there also. I know it's kind of breezy, but this is the start of the Sycamore Canyon. Almost looks like the Grand Canyon. And this ends up right in Cottonwood, Arizona. What a sight. Just an interesting read before the fire and after the fire. So we've decided to come south of Flagstaff, and this is where we set up. And you can see we're in the tall, tall pines now. And we're getting ready to head off for a field that leads down to a water tank. And here he comes, ready to go. Certainly hope this is a controlled burn. If not, that's going to ruin this hunt. Sure thick with smoke in here. Yeah. Thus far, the only game we've seen. Just outside of camp. These are called Arizona tree rats. Well, here's another view of the San Francisco Peaks, south of Flagstaff, Arizona. Yep, it's cloudy and it just might rain on us today. Sorry about our luck. Well, we just took a ride around and we came across the Forest Service guys. And yep, sure enough, there's a little bit of a forest fire. So far it's burned about 2 acres. And they're just gonna, well, they're deciding whether they're gonna let it burn or not. They've got a hotshot crew over there, and they're contemplating about letting it burn and using or taking opportunity of doing a controlled burn. So, for now, there's a little bit of smoke in the area. But anyways, just wanted to record this for prosperity reasons. So here's our camp from this angle, just in case anybody's interested. Okay, I'm going to start a fire here, and I know you probably can't see it till I zoom in, but I have a flat board. I took the point of my knife and I drilled a little hole, and then I took a piece of fat wood and shaved it to a point and put it in that hole and hammered it in just a little bit. Now around that piece of fat wood is some jute twine shredded up, and also some of the shavings of the fat wood. So I'm going to start this fire up, and of course, as you can see, I've got it surrounded with pine cones, and the idea is once that's lit, that piece of fat wood that's standing straight up becomes a torch. Get it in there. There we go. Cool, huh?
Yes.
Well, this is day 8. We did see some elk last night, say about 6, 7 of them, David?
Yeah.
But unfortunately, they were about 400 yards away going through the trees, and we never did catch up to them to get a shot, but we did see them a second time. Went back into the same area this morning and saw one more in that area, but once again, it's too far away to take a shot with a bow, and couldn't turn it around even with a cow call. So hopefully, maybe this evening or tomorrow, you never know. Other than the occasional jet, it is dead quiet out here. All we can hear is the crackling of the fire. No crickets, nothing. Well, I'm hoping the camera can picture it. It's a pretty pink sunrise this morning. Cloudy, 66 degrees is going to be the high today, and off and on showers. But that's just an absolutely beautiful, beautiful pink sky. Heard elk bugle most of the night last night, but today, well, it'll be a different story with the rain. See what my brother wants to do. On a rainy day, at least we did get to see some turkey.